Yeah. I don't know why I want to show the label. Not sponsored. Not sponsored, but I mean, if Première Bulle wants to sponsor us, we would accept.
La, 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 la. It matches the chair.
It sure does. Totally intentional.
It. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome
to episode 10 of Punchy's Book Club. Don't start
Punchy.
choking.
Right before we went live, I inhaled a mouthful of pizza and started choking aggressively.
But she's good, guys.
I'm good.
We're here.
I'm so good. Yes, people are choking. People are good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. So, Cathy brought some bubbly,
which I will open hilariously on stream. Hope it doesn't explode.
Don't worry, I brought a towel.
Oh, wonderful. Only I could find the
reindeer Hawaiian pizza. All right.
What?
Anybody who ordered pizza, we need to know what is on your pizza, because obviously, we ordered the pizza.
Cathy explosion.
Which means it has ham and pepperoni and ground beef and sausage and bacon, I think.
That's a lot of meat.
It is.
That's why they call it a pizza.
It's 9 a.m. Well, that's fair. That's a reasonable excuse to not eat pizza.
But pizza's good anytime.
This is true.
Especially cold pizza.
With reindeer instead of ham. Marinated chicken and bruschetta.
Oh, that sounds good.
Damn. Oh my god.
Why are you already saying oh my god?
I'm such a nervous Nelly when it comes to...
I didn't even start.
I hate champagne pops. Equilibria.
The fuck?
It's my subscriber greetings.
I have nowhere to put my phone. My phone's so fucking...
I mean, you can put it all the way over here if you're okay with that.
Actually.
Your boy Blue can't order for another hour. That's fine. We will keep this party going. I can't go any longer than 2 hours because I do have something at 2:30. I have to book it back out again, but yes. Oh my god. Here you go.
Okay. First of all, hold this until I'll do it over here.
No, you can hold it over the thing though. Don't you want to hold it over the cork? So when it goes pop? No?
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that, but I could if you want. Stop! Oh, you ready?
Yes. We lived!
Yay!
Yay! We survived.
I actually know.
Thank you.
The cork is here.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Would you like some bubblies, Kat?
Is it past noon?
It
sure is.
You'll need a glass. Bring us a glass. Raise a glass.
Raise a glass to freedom.
Na 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 na.
That's a lot of foam. Should have tilted that glass.
Your craziest pizza was with pickles and croutons? I love pickles and I love croutons.
So do I, but
I've
I don't
never
know if
had
I
them
want
together. Yes, now it's a real party.
Now it's a real pop.
John's drinking
Hello.
Great Powerade Zero. Yeah, it works.
Woo!
I'm so excited. Thanks for bringing this, Cathy.
Hey,
Thank
you're
you so
welcome.
much.
Nom, 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 nom.
It's a celebration.
Cheers, everyone.
not-
I don't
Cheers to 10 episodes
Unacceptable. Yep.
of Punchy Book
Thank
Club.
you. Whoa.
Of being...
Cheers!
Yes.
Oh my God. Cheers to Punchy Book
And to
Club.
all of you
Hi, everyone.
along the way.
Cheers, everyone. I'm bringing my glass.
Drink.
Ella, you're not allowed.
Oh yes, and it is Cheeky C's birthday, so if you haven't tweeted at her, like I haven't tweeted
Happy
at her yet,
birthday, Cheeks!
tweet at her. Send her all the love and the hearts. Let me grab my yogurt.
I'm gonna just pop that over there.
I'm gonna put it
On the floor, actually.
on the
It's
floor.
probably
That's
better.
probably where it's safest.
It's out of Ella's grasp.
Everyone, hello.
Hello.
It's
are
been
here.
10 years.
10 years.
10
Oh.
years of Punchy Book Clubs.
Okay.
We've been reading one book a year for 10 years.
Because that's how fast we read.
Yeah.
and it's graphic novels all plus. So it's like we're real fucking slow now.
Although this one actually took me longer to read than our most recent.
Agree, but I found once you really get into it, like it goes.
It does. It goes. It flows
fast.
fast, and there isn't too much in the way of
It's so
text.
much nicer when it's not a digital.
Here, have a look at it. Check it.
This thing, I was like, oh shit! She was right, that crazy Russian lady.
I know. Actually, as soon as that moment happened, I was like, oh shit, I bet she is right.
Yes, because
I
it was
knew
such
it.
like a. Anyways, we're like getting into things that we
Guys.
shouldn't be getting into.
Okay, so here's how this afternoon is going to go down. So first of all, we're going to be talking about the book that we were just reading, which is Why the Last Man. This is book 1, which consists of issues 1 through 10. Okay, so if you haven't read it, please know that we will be drastically spoiling it for you,
Yep.
intensely and passionately.
Passionately
spoiling this.
spoiling
Passionate
everything.
spoilers. So just be aware. If you have not read it and want to take part in our retrospective, then I don't know. Then just like fucking
Then
mute
while
us
we're
for a bit.
discussing why, you can read the last 9 books.
Yeah. So anyway, if that is a thing, you can always mute us, and we'll make sure to tag you in the chat when we switch our conversation over. Our fabulous mods will be like, "Hey, unmute us now. You can come back." Excuse me.
There's gonna be a lot of
Excuse
burping,
me.
by the way.
So, I came armed with my the 10 books that we've read so far in order of my favorite to my least favorite. It was incredibly difficult, and we will be sharing our lists.
It wasn't difficult
Later?
for me. I don't know.
I had a really hard time. Agonized.
I was like, boo, 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 boo.
I agonized. But that will be for later, so if you do not have your own list made up, there's still time.
But also get on it.
Get on it. Yeah, we're going, so number 1 would be your favorite, number 10 would be your least favorite.
Anticlimactic. Oh, should we go like least to most?
It's too, no,
I kind of like that. Yeah,
All
you
right,
just
I'll
have to read your list backwards. List is not.
it's not even in order, it's just like,
Yeah, but you just find the number.
fine. Counting.
Fine. Good idea, John.
Good idea, John.
Least to best.
Hangover. Well done. I was gonna
Oh,
say that was
boy.
me yesterday, but actually I wasn't that hungover post-wedding. I was just tired.
But then you had a boot camp, apparently.
I had a boot camp, and then I was streaming King's Quest 6. Air today, gone tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to my DOS dudes.
Get out.
No, it's my house. I live here. You can't.
Not anymore, you don't.
No, you son of a bitch. All right, let's start with general first impressions.
I really liked it.
That's it?
Yeah. No.
That's bye.
I like the art. Oh, man, and I brought it up on the dream sequence thing.
Dear
Which I
God.
don't understand. Anyways. I love an out there storyline. I love a unconventional storyline. I love monkeys. All things that contribute to me liking this graphic novel. But seriously, like, I really did think it was an interesting storyline. I know we were, like, talking a bit before, but we'll get into that. But interesting storyline. I really did like the art style. I think it's very witty when there's dialogue.
When there's talking, they talk good.
When it's talking, they talk good. I love that there's badass women in this.
Yes.
And I will finish reading this series because I need to know what happened.
Why?
Why?
The last man?
Exactly.
Why?
But also, why is the monkey also immune? That's my real big question.
the
by
monkey
way.
is my true protagonist in this. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Because Yorick is one thing, but then why is I'm like, is it something in their apartment? Is it because he's a magician? Like, who knows? Is it because he threw his poop at him?
I mean, a
In
lot
the
of things
first-
happen if you throw your poop at someone. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Magic. Were you around when we were sharing poop stories?
Absolutely.
And
not.
Fred told that story of how he helped his friend who had
pooped his pants?
Pooped in a classroom and they stashed it in a locker like
No,
a bunch
he
of
did
punks.
not tell me this.
Get him to tell this story one day. It's quite something.
Wow,
and it raises
okay.
a lot of questions as to how the minds of small boys work.
Well, have you heard Ben's poop story?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I've seen it reenacted.
Yeah, with the kicking of the leg. And the poop flying across.
All 6 of the deluxe had cover trades. Wow, I think he's pretty mad.
Oh, for John's? Yeah, because you have all of them.
Yeah, I do. John gave them all to me.
Well, I have them all digitally, so whatevs.
All right, so here's the thing. I had very, very high expectations going into this because a lot of people had told me to read it. They said I was going to love it. They said if you like Brian K. Vaughan's writing, which I am a fan of, for the most part.
Because he did Saga, right?
He did Saga, and he also did Ex Machina, which I
haven't read that.
enjoyed the beginning of. So
Bye-bye.
So I was reading this with really high expectations and high standards. Also, since we've been reading graphic novels for a little while, I'm getting a better sense of what I like and what I don't like. I did not dislike it, but I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to.
That's fair.
Is gonna be my general summation. It's went in thinking it was gonna be here, ended up kind of like hanging out here.
Okay, that's
You
not
know?
too bad though.
No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Kaiser Omnic says some things I found could have been shown, not told, but I really like the way they explored the implications of a world without men. I agree.
We got some more.
It's no Saga. It is.
What
not
is?
Saga.
What is? Let's be honest. Crosshair.
First impression, bit preachy. Second impression, going along, got into groove and balance. Third impression, excellent story, read pace, and all in all Gouda.
Artemis found it meh and has read the whole series.
Oh, you read the whole thing and you found it meh. Uh-oh. Now
And
I'm worried.
yeah. Kaiser Omnic, I totally agree. I find that that's something that Brian K. Vaughan does in Ex Machina as well. A lot of things are told
Instead of
rather
just
than
showing. Okay.
So I think that's where the like, if you got the impression that it was a bit preachy, which sometimes I do find that, I think it comes a lot from there.
I didn't find that because I feel like stuff like that is such a choice, and like maybe has to do with a disconnect between the artist and the writer.
Oh yeah, like if it seems like something's being
Like
told too often.
he's writing it out and then I don't know. If he's like verbally explaining something, maybe like there's not that discussion with the artist where like, hey, maybe instead of explicitly saying it, we could just show it in the visuals, like that kind of thing. So
in that case, would you say the onus would be on the artist to read what was given to them and for them to suggest it, or do you think it's up to the writer in that case?
I think it's up to the writer. Well,
Yeah.
it depends what kind of I was gonna say coupling, not coupling, but like partnership it is.
Yeah.
Like, is it 50-50? If it's 50-50, then yes, I think there should be a discussion about showing, you know, what should we show and what should we say. And if it's not, if it's like, I'm the writer and I wrote this comic and I'm hiring an artist to illustrate my comic, then it's the writer's responsibility
To like be the director.
to
in
be
a
the
sense.
director, but also be open to feedback like that or ask for feedback like that. But I don't know what the process is of making a graphic novel, right? So I don't know if like it's one or the other. But to
Right.
me, that's the thing. So I didn't see it as preachy at all. But that's just, maybe I'm oblivious to things like that.
No, not necessarily. I think. Oh boy. Oh my god, Ella, please be careful. You lunatic, why are you here? I'm just gonna hold this until she's moved on. She's not moving on. Alright.
Here, let's put it like here.
I'm gonna kick it with my feet. Alright. You're right. Yeah, as I was reading it, I was like, okay, I'm not connecting to this as much as I thought, as much as I connected to, say, Saga. I'm just gonna be comparing everything to Saga because...
Do it. Why
yeah,
not?
spoiler alert, that's my number one as well. It is gonna get, yeah, I think it's gonna get political, it's gonna get religious. because we're going to be talking about extremism.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of hairy topics are going to be poked and prodded
Fenris
at.
is like, oh god, I'm like hungover and this is not.
So everyone get excited.
Yeah.
Also, let's just do a quick disclaimer here. Everybody is entitled to their own views and their own opinions, and I think it's safe to say that how you read a graphic novel is completely subjective and related to a billion different contextual things. So let's keep that in mind and keep the discussion respectful.
Yep.
Woohoo! All right.
Opinions can differ, but you should just be respectful of other people's opinions.
Yes.
Unless they're being super hateful, then they're gonna get banned.
And we just ban their
And we're just
shit
gonna ban
all
them.
today.
Because we don't give a what.
So, okay. Yes.
Oh
So
my
there
God,
was the
super
thing
hilarious.
with the Republicans'
Oh
wives.
my god.
This is the second a Brian K. Vaughan series I've read that specifically talks about abortion. He
Yeah.
mentions it in Ex Machina and he brings it up here, and it makes me it's that thing of like, okay, it feels like you're just bringing this up because you have opinions on it.
But it's such a. It was brought up, but it was such a small blip to me.
But that's why it stood out, because it just felt like
I didn't. When they had that, it was like the what does she want to call it? Representative, congressperson,
yeah.
and the other dude. I was like, why is this being brought up? But maybe it has something to do with something later, because she's not pro-life, but she's not about just handing out abortions either. I remember she said she would not agree to funding abortions. I don't remember where.
Yeah, but that you didn't get the impression that she wasn't just saying that to save her.
Because then she follows it up by we should be teaching people safe sex practices and like have the pill available and things like that. You know what I mean? So I can't I don't. Obviously, I'm pro-choice 100%, but I don't see her as 100 pro-life.
No, it was something that jumped out to me because I was reading it and I was like, abortion again. It honestly.
You were like, why is this?
He brings it up.
Yeah.
It's something, and I really would want to know his stance on it because it does appear in at least 2 of his series that I've read. All right,
go with
but
like
let's.
John.
Okay, so John, discussion question: is examining the effects of men on the world, be it good or bad, necessarily saying that men are bad, or is it just truth telling? I don't think it's necessarily saying men are bad. It doesn't fall. Yeah, okay. So Kaiser Omnic, it doesn't fall into the trap of a women's world is a utopia. This is true. And within the female population that remains, there are good and bad people. And then there's good and bad within the individuals. So it's really hard to put people into distinct camps, which I like. I think it's saying...
I think it's exactly what Kung Fu's saying, where it could be... Oh, sorry. Crosshair... No, Kung Fu said it can be both, because you can explore from both sides, and I completely agree with what you said. So maybe in this respect, it's more truth-telling, because you do have good and bad things coming out of it. You have... a women's prison who created a self-sustaining community on their own from women who were in a prison. So you're thinking people prone to aggression, violence, and wrongdoing.
Yep.
And they were able to create a self-sustaining community where no one is fighting and things like that.
Yep.
And then you have
my favorite part in the book, by the way.
That part where men are completely not needed in their respect, and they've been living with men for so long that it does not affect them in the least bit. And then you have the polar opposite. I guess it's not polar opposite, but you have
with all the Republicans' wives, the Congress.
Well, yeah. Then you have the Republicans' wives who are we want what's rightfully ours, but like it's not rightfully out theirs.
Yeah.
And like they're still trying. The other women who are in the Senate or whatever are still trying to maintain.
Hey,
What?
Pokejutsu. Foxy.
They're still trying to maintain like the rules that were established from long ago, even despite the fact that they were made by men.
Yep. Yeah. That I thought
there's
was
so
very
many-
interesting. Like when it came to the Amazons,
Yeah.
saying that you are just trying to, like, their main argument is what you women are trying to do is exist in the same situation, in the same system that oppressed you to begin with.
Yeah.
So we need to completely burn it down
Yeah.
and start fresh, which has tons of problems and repercussions, and
But
there you go.
they're also the extremist version
Yeah.
of feminism.
And that's how a lot of extremism starts, right?
Yeah.
It starts with an idea
or an oppression and
that actually makes a lot of sense, and then it just spirals out of control.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Encantador!
Bye.
Hey, I'm slowly inching back onto Discord. I go on like every couple of days, which is a big deal for me.
Interesting.
You know, thanks for dropping by.
This is clearing up my hangover in no time. You're welcome. I don't know. Good Sci-Fi always examines the socio-political issues of its contemporary time through a what-if lens. Did this properly examine that issue? It's interesting because I feel like it's so applicable to stuff that's going on right now, and if you take it in the context of when it was written. But that's the thing, I don't know what was going on at that time, like what year
No,
was
me
that?
neither. I don't know what year this was written. Monkey! Yeah, and the Amazon leader is basically a cult leader. So
2008.
2008. Okay.
That wasn't that 10. So 10 guys, 10 years ago.
We
The
are
10th
so
episode.
old.
10th episode. The book was 10 years ago. We got 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm making all the parallels right now. I don't fucking know.
How did we do? It was all intentional. The real red dog, we use OBS. Boop.
Stress of talking politics with this crowd is making me stressed enough to be sober.
You're welcome.
But I don't want anyone to be stressed though.
No.
Talking about this.
No.
And I'm totally like, I know Liz is gonna have a fuck ton of opinions on so many things because Liz is very eloquent when she speaks and vocal about things. And I
am so not. Oh
I
my
am dumb. So
No.
I will be like, this book good. I agree. Like I don't.
But the problem with the way that I create opinions is I'll state my opinion and then I'll immediately contradict myself and argue with myself. Nobody needs to argue with me. I will
I'll just
destroy
leave.
my own arguments.
I'll just leave and the whole stream will be Liz talking to herself.
Perfect. It's like on the one hand this, but on the other hand, like when I'm trying to pinpoint what may have not sat quite right with me, a lot of it comes down to the context of like the world that we are living in right now, which is, we're talking about the Me Too movement. We're talking about a system that has systemically oppressed women for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And we're talking like, let's talk specific industries as well, like the film and television industry, which, you know, I am in, so like, you know, speaking from experience there. But so all of a sudden we have a book that was written 10 years ago that addresses the idea of men, almost all men, being gone. And there are some huge issues that arise from it. And these issues make sense. The extremism makes sense. The fanaticism, the violence, like, of course. And at the same time, it's really distressing to me to read that because of what's happening right now.
I want to just
But it was written 10 years ago, so I don't know. No.
Well, let's think. So I want to just go over some comments. So Kaiser is saying the Amazons are a bit of a radical feminist stereotype. They could have toned some of it down, I find, but in general it made sense. Agree. Amazon leader is basically a cult leader. Agree. So, and then Crosshair also agreed that they are more like cultists, not feminists. But that's the thing, it started off as a feminist movement and then became something else.
This is what frightens me. Because there are feminist movements happening right now. And I think that they should be given...
Yes, but
like,
they're
the
also
support.
not brainwashing people. Which that's the part where it's not really a feminist movement anymore. It's become a cult because she's literally brainwashing people into their manifesto of all men should perish and like we need to break from the systemic thing that we were in previously.
I wish I had read this in 2008. I really do, because I think I would have loved it.
See,
I think I would
Artemis,
have loved
English
it in
degree, I like
2008.
what I like. I'm in the same fucking boat. And it's hard because I am not super great at explaining.
I'm not.
Which, yeah, like, that's great, and we have a fucking book club stream, but I'm not good at explaining things. Like, way to go, Cathy.
Whatever, man.
Kung Fu said, in the perspective of 2008, it's clearly meant to kickstart the wave we're seeing now. Kind of interested to see how much the world has changed since 08.
Kung Fu vendors, exactly.
This book had a lot of
poor
wrong-
hero. That broke my fucking heart. All the shit that happens to Hero,
Yeah! So,
that was really...
because, and
That was
to
upsetting.
me, it was to find her in that situation where she had joined the Amazons. When I read it, I was like, like, what? But then, you read along and it kind of makes sense because you see how she's, well, you don't see, but how she's spoken of in respect to her relationships by other women.
Yep.
And then you don't know what her relationship is with her current boyfriend, but it seems like he was a good guy.
Yeah, a
from
good
what it
guy,
seems.
and they were... that's what Yorick says, right?
Yeah. But
She's had a lot of issues with men in the past.
that's
no?
yes, and that's why, it's completely a cult because the leader took advantage of that and made her, was putting...
This is not from 08? What?
Oh.
Oh shit, are we wrong?
2002. Oh, maybe the volume was in
Oh, okay.
2008.
Thanks, Kung Fu. I guess John stepped away because he would have been like, "No, guys, you're wrong. Stop talking about 2008."
John would have yelled at us. I just looked at like when it was published, so that was like my bad.
Okay, so 2002, even older. Which, damn, man, Liz. Why didn't you read this in 2002?
Just up and down. Okay.
I like to imagine you're just standing up and sitting down in your
16 years
chair.
ago. Fuck. That's the thing. So the Amazon leader like took advantage of the fact that Hero had been, pretty much being used by men to put ideas in her head that her brother had raped her and stuff like that. And I was like, that's like fucked.
Which, speaking of problematic,
And that's exactly though. 'Cause
but then
it's
and then
like,
I read that and I'm like, oh,
and then it's
must
like,
you?
okay,
Like,
so
fuck.
there's such it's such like a, because it's like that is obviously wrong to do that, but then what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that like don't try to negate things that have actually happened to people?
I know.
Because I'm sure there are actually women that are part of that Amazons group that horrible things did happen to them.
On the other hand, I will say that I am. Hey, it's a sweet lamp. Hey, Dark V creation.
I love it.
It does have a sound effect, but I turned it off because the cats would jump up
Oh,
on it, and
okay.
it was
That
driving me insane.
That makes sense.
I am glad that they did not make the group of extremists a bunch of women who were victims of domestic abuse and violence and sexual assault, because that would have been too much for me. Like, I don't... Because that would have...
But here's my problem. Didn't they do that? Because the leader is putting ideas in everyone's head that
She is
they have
putting
been...
ideas, and I think that is problematic in and of itself, but it's nowhere near as bad as if it was, see, the true villains are the women who were abused, because they can't...
No,
They can't break away from the cycle of violence. But that's exactly not what they did for the prison.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because
the
they
thing.
were the ones who said, no, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with the violence that was done to us.
So then, do you think?
So that's why it was my favorite part of the book.
I'd be a
Oh shit! Well, Crosshair, Ex Machina.
because you'd be a youngster.
Yeah, it was a
16
child.
years ago? Yeah, well, we'd all be like teenagers. So old.
I was 2
Leader, I
years
forgot
old.
her name. That's the thing. I don't even remember the leader's name.
Victoria. Right?
Sure.
Wasn't it?
All I know is I didn't fucking like her. Cause she... And how did she get to that position of power? That's what I want to fucking know.
Yeah, I'm curious about that stuff. I
But
want to
feel
know more
maybe
about...
it'll be explained.
Well, not now.
Basically says that sex with men equals abuse. Exactly. So she's taking the fact that Hero had a lot of... She has a sexual history.
An active sexual history, yeah.
And played on that and like twisted it and brainwashed her into like, you know, you were abused by your brother and you've been abused by men your whole life and, you know, you need to kill him and stuff like that.
Yeah,
The part they did get right though was that Amazons did cut off their boobs to
See, I
shoot
thought
arrows
that
properly.
was a little on the nose. Because I'm reading this, I'm like, I know. And then I
Yeah.
see them, I'm like, oh, you're so clever. Like, that part had me
but,
rolling my eyes.
Yeah, but you rolled your eyes because you know about Amazons, and if you know
Right.
someone who doesn't know anything about like mythology and things like that, they might not know that. So to me, I didn't see it as being like, oh, you're over-explaining something. Like, we know that they cut their boobs off. Like, maybe it could have been said differently to not come across like that.
See, I was just, when they were like, oh, I hear they cut off their boobs.
Yeah.
I would have loved it if we'd seen them and they didn't cut off their boob. Like, maybe they have friggin' like just part of their shirt just like open
See,
to show
that
like,
didn't
hey,
bother
you know
me,
what?
though.
In a world of men, like, guess what? We don't have to worry about people shaming us for breastfeeding in public anymore. But once again, it's 2002 and that was not really a discussion that was happening.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, you see them, oh, they have cut off their boobs.
Quick fact check. Was this 2 months after the event? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He does reference it in Ex Machina. It's pretty prominently
Stuff
featured in
bothers
Ex Machina.
me. This timeline's a bit wonky, but it's basically... That's the thing. It's post-apocalyptic. Oh, a lot of searchers reject that they got... Oh, interesting. But that's the thing. It's to me, it was... You know when there's like radicalism and radical groups and you hear like, oh, they do this thing, but like you can't really validate that it's true until you actually see something happen or like see it in person, and I feel like that's what it was. And I agree with Kaiser is that they're bringing it back to post-apocalyptic and
Yeah.
basically, you know, fucking not prehistoric times, but like,
No, it was very
you know,
reminiscent
when there
of,
was
like,
the Colosseum and people would make people fight because that was the entertainment, like
Yeah.
watching other people killed and things like that. So not necessarily primitive, but definitely like we're living in the past.
Yeah, we're
now,
reverting
again.
back to and that's what they examine in books like Lord of the Flies, right? It's like
Yeah.
when you are removed from the structure of a civilization and a society that you are familiar with, you revert to your like base nature as a human being. And William Golding's assertion was that human beings are in their nature evil. So that's why I don't like Lord of the Flies, because it is incredibly fucking depressing.
I love that book though.
Oh god, I hate it.
Crosshair thinks that 2 months is too fast to brainwash someone.
I do agree that
I don't,
didn't
because
buy
you're-
that she turned on him so fast.
So fast. But consider the circumstances. It's not like we're in a normal setting and like she was brainwashed in 2 months. Like something insane happened in the span of a few hours, and people are just like still computing how to deal with the fact that every man has died.
Right.
And people are sensitive to things at that point. So that's why I don't think, you know, oh, she got brainwashed in 2 months. I think people were in a desperate emotional situation, and it's easy to toy with them in that sense.
That's a really fucked up thing.
But
happened.
it's taking advantage of people who
Oh.
are in a weak emotional state.
Absolutely. But I'm just like trying to imagine what that would even be like.
Yeah.
Going about your day, you have because they didn't know. It's not like people were going, oh, an asteroid's hurtling towards the Earth. We have 48 hours. No, it was all of a sudden.
Are you not entertained? Runs into arena. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Is
and all the male
BKB
animals
trying to
too.
say that women are just as capable as evil as men, but that's still. Here's my. Okay. Oh my god. Way to trigger me, John.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's my problem. We already know that because all human beings, regardless of gender, are capable for good and evil. So to make them die, to prove that, to me, that's where it's preachy.
I was just going to say the exact same thing.
That's where it gets preachy.
We
that
know.
you had to kill off everyone to focus on a certain aspect of women is
And
pretty fucking dumb.
Here's the kicker. You're not focusing on a certain aspect of women.
No, you're
the
still
story
focusing on the man.
follows the man. Now, there is an argument to be made that there is something very compelling about the idea that there is only one person of one gender remaining on the planet. And what is going to, how's the rest of the planet going to react as a result? But to me, I read it and I'm like, you know what I want to know? I want to know how the Amazons got to where they got to. I want to know how Victoria became leader of the Amazons. I want to see the group of the group of prisoners create this utopia. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit personally about how Yorick maintains his like kind of sexist outlook on life and maybe slowly will be changing his mind. Oh, I'm so glad. Here we go. I'm gone.
It barely passes
gone.
the Bechdel test.
I know. But oh, Vector Wag. Yeah. Have you read Why the Last Man? Hello, by the way.
Hi, sorry.
I just
Guys, we were due for a super, I just like spit out pizza. We were due for like a fucking crazy discussion, and I'm glad it's in like the 10th episode.
I'm glad it's up 10. We were all agreeing
Because
so
we kept
much.
agreeing on everything, and this is at least like, not that we're disagreeing on things, we're actually still agreeing, but it's interesting. We all have different perspectives on the same thing.
Yes. Which is fabulous. That's the point of discussion. As much as I
Yorick
love
is
it when we can
framing-
all go, this book was perfect and I would change nothing. It means our book clubs are like
So
40
Kung
minutes
Fu,
long.
apparently it's not gonna be a TV show anymore. I thought I read that somewhere that it got canceled. Like initially they were gonna do it, and now it's not happening anymore. But apparently there is a short film on it.
Okay, I would see that.
So
Yeah.
Few.
Well, this goes back to I think the issue. This book.
You say few, but I would have been down because at least you would have had no choice but to cast a fuck ton of women and one man. And a monkey.
That is true. But maybe there's another way of
Oh yeah,
doing a
I
TV
agree.
show like
I
that.
agree. Like it's the same thing like in the book. Like you had to kill off all the men to make a point, and then it's like you're gonna make a TV show. Like, and yes, we'll be happy that women are cast, but like you had to make it a show about
Killing
one
off all
man.
the men.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
So much of Pukajutsu is just like face palming.
Oh, madness! I tells you.
Cheers, y'all. So glad I brought alcohol to this
me
discussion
too.
because
Yeah, just make an Amazon
we gonna
TV
need
show. That's yeah.
Oh, I'd be down with that. But like not like Amazon's
The DC
from,
version. Yeah.
Yes, DC
Right.
version of
Good
the
clarification.
Amazons in the Wonder Woman movie, not in fucking Justice League. No. I hated Justice League.
There are too many comics to read them all.
That's
Fair
true.
enough, Vector Wag. So what we did for this one was we read book 1, which is issues 1 through 10.
Yeah. Which would take you, it took me, I think it's like probably like about 2 hours of reading, 2.5
Yeah,
hours of
I
reading.
read almost all of it in one sitting. Okay,
What to talk about next?
I want to talk about the character of Yorick because I kind of mentioned this and I want to go back to it. What did you guys think of him as a character? John
You know what?
says he sees Yorick as being more of a
Pass me my
framing
phone because I'm gonna
device?
actually look something up.
more of a framing device than the actual story. I read it as he is the protagonist in this story, and all the women are side characters. But I would love to hear what everybody else thinks, and also what you think of him as a character. Crosshair. He's a dumbass. Okay. Kaiser Omnic says he's not much of a character, which would, I guess, fall into John's idea of him being more of a framing device.
Well, so let's go to the origin of Yorick.
And oh my god, I could not have rolled my eyes any harder when I heard that his name was Yorick and his sister was Hero.
Right?
Because then he's like, my parents really love Shakespeare. I was like,
But that's the thing.
But once
So
again,
take-
it's just because of, like...
See, but you knew.
I know.
I didn't.
I
And
know.
like, I've read Shakespeare stuff, but I don't know all that fucking shit. When they said hero, I'm like, who the fuck is that in Shakespeare? Like, I don't know.
Also, we're supposed to be rolling our eyes.
Yes.
Like,
So
that's, I get it.
Here's the thing, though. So, Yorick is a character in William Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Well,
We
don't see him alive. You just see a skull.
Yeah, he's a dead court jester.
Yep.
So think about that. He's a jester in this whole fucking thing.
Alas, poor Yorick.
That's what I mean, and that's so, and they say it in the book, and it's so, like, the theme of the fucking storyline, right? Like, poor Yorick, he's the last guy. And his only focus is, like, going to find his girlfriend in Australia. Like, I find that such a petty fucking thing to be focused on that I'm just like, I can't even take him seriously, so I don't even focus on him. I'm just concerned with, like, everyone around him.
Yep.
Which is exactly what John said, where he's just framing things, and he's not, like, yes, it's called Why the Last Man, but is he like the is he actually a protagonist in the story? No. I don't think so. Does it mean I didn't like the book? No, I still really like the book. I don't. I think he's just such a small part in, like,
so
a
this
bigger...
is you saying that you think that he is being used, as John said, as a framing device to explore the rest of the
Yes.
world, but that we're not really meant to care about him all that much.
I
as a
don't think
character?
so, because he flip-flops on his opinions, like, constantly, that I can't even take him seriously. He gets to the thing, he finds out all these women are from prison. They're murderers and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, they're literally the only people that are not acting like savages right now, so maybe you should change your fucking opinion. And then 2 seconds later, when he realized they're good people and they don't want to fight and they don't have guns, he, like 5 minutes later, he changes his opinion. So I can't take him seriously. At all. He just hears something and passes judgment on things so quickly.
See, to me, I look at that and I think that he is meant to be one of those protagonists who represents the audience's changing points of view.
No.
To which I see him as having, like, a personality and opinions that are very skewed into, I think he has a lot of sexist views. And I think that a part of the story is that he's going to be, like, changing his mind and, you know, like...
Okay,
and I just don't care all that
he's
much.
a dumbass. Agree. He's not much of a character, Kaiser says. Good character, but zero survival instincts. He doesn't have zero survival instincts, though.
He did manage to survive for 2 months.
He managed to survive for 2 months, get from New York to DC.
Yeah.
He's a magician, so he can, like, pickpocket himself out of whatever. He's, like, escaped out of a freaking, like, panic room. Kung Fu says, alas, I can't even. I will be using this.
Also, I want to talk about the origin of the name Hero as well.
Yes, we
Once
should.
we've done all this.
And then John asks, is Zelda the focus of Legend of Zelda, or is it
Well,
Link?
see, I would say...
See, okay.
We are following Link around in the same way that we are following Yorick around.
Yes.
Very few things happen that he
Kaiser
is not
said,
a
I'm
part
really
of.
bored of dumbass male protagonists. Aren't we all? No.
At least he doesn't stubbornly stick to his wrong views. I agree, Artemis. But then I would have stopped reading the book.
Yeah, but here's my problem with that. He was so quick to pass judgment and then change his opinion that I feel like the next bad thing that paints women in a bad light, he's gonna be, like, back to the way he thought before.
You're right.
I feel like he's not solid in his beliefs, which is fine. Some people aren't. Like, I can be like that too. But when you're reading it and you're just trying to pick a side, there's no sides that I want to be on right now.
I just want to live in the ex-felon colony.
That's
where I want to be. I want to live
in... What's it called? Marisland? Like, I'll go there.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. What in the hell is this global conspiracy that's happening? I was very confused.
The phone calls and the where are they from? Israelis? They're from Israel.
Yeah.
She's like an Israeli, she's a colonel?
Well, I mean, they're freaking on the West Bank.
She's a colonel, right, though?
So all of that is happening, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, she's a colonel in the Israeli army, I think. And it's like, it started off with that, and you see glimpses of that story arc as you're going along, but like, you still have no fucking clue. She doesn't even know why she's going after this guy.
She doesn't even know her name.
Aside from the fact that it's the last man. Those who have read more than book one,
zip it!
Is it Matt? Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
The Matt with the ring.
So Hero is a character in Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay, I've not
read this. And basically her thing is that she falls in love with a dude super quickly. They agree to get married. And then an evil guy makes it so that her betrothed sees someone that he thinks is her sleeping with another guy. And so at their wedding, he shames her in front of her entire family.
What the fuck?
Calls her out, basically slut shames her, and calls off the wedding and leaves.
So
leaves her in disgrace. She collapses. And then the family basically, when they realize that it was all a plot, they decide to make it seem like, tell him that she died. So that and then at the end they're like, surprise, she's alive, you asshole. And then they get married anyway.
What?
I know. I played Hero in high school. So it's pretty...
Okay.
It's basically Hero just getting passed around from man to man and from plan to plan. So that seemed kind of...
So that's the thing. So it's making that parallel between like the actual story and like in this book. And then Kaiser's asking about like, so why...
What's the deal with the amulet?
Yeah, like why is... Well, it's the ring... Is it a ring? It's just an amulet though, I think.
Amulet.
Unless you're talking about the ring that he has for his girlfriend that he wants to propose with. But that's the thing. That woman had said, this can't leave this country or like bad shit will happen.
And
is it because of that?
Promptly take it out.
But I do agree that if it's a magic thing, it's corny as fuck. Like, I would rather it be there's like some fucking illness or something. Okay,
careful.
Need to chill, girl. Put it here.
Can you still read the chat?
Yeah. That's the only throw-off thing. It kind of doesn't seem it's a magical thing-a-doodah that's happened, which I'm not sure fits the book after reading it. Yeah, so if it's about the fucking amulet, I'm gonna be like, come on. Because it was such, like, it was shown in the beginning, and it's such a small, insignificant thing that I'm just like, I don't want it to be the amulet. I want it to be something really fucked up. Like, it's the monkey.
Like the monkey's the key to it all?
Yeah, kind of. The monkey was the key to it all, and 28 days later, why can't it be the same thing now?
Oh, shit!
Why the Last Man is an example of example of how difficult it is to discuss the series while only knowing 1/6 of it. Kung Fu agrees. Yeah, I know, but one day we'll do like a whole series.
Why is it all their left boobs they've cut off?
Because that when you're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
it's so this boob doesn't get in the way. Like letting go. Yes, you do archery now, so you know better than anyone, Liz. So I don't fucking know.
I mean, I guess. No,
Unless
I
they're
know
all-
it's for archery, but like, I'm trying to think of like, it feels like my right boob would get more in the way, but maybe it's the left. I don't know. My boob has never gotten in the way during archery. My arm has, but I can't cut off my arm to be better at archery.
No, that wouldn't work out well. Or it might. You get a fake arm.
I could.
Your fake arm.
I could get a
is
sweet
bow.
robo arm. Old time bows had shorter pull. Oh, okay.
That kind of makes sense then. Dance break.
All right. Shit. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? What else do we want to discuss before we do a full-on retrospective?
Oh, shit.
Extravaganza. And I get more pizza.
You said extravaganza and I immediately thought of RuPaul, which we need to discuss.
Yes. Oh my god.
Page 161.
What? Crosshair. Okay.
Is that the bloody dream?
Or no, is that the archery? Oh, the color-changing sweater on page 161. Of course, crosshair. Okay, so...
Oh.
Oh yeah, look at that. Shit.
Well, that's obviously just a fuck up.
Look at his butt. Hey, did you think that him making out with Sonya made sense?
No.
That him, like, falling in love with Sonya like that made any sense?
No. But that's what I mean. He's so not firm in his beliefs and morals, like it's ridiculous.
He's just firm in other places.
But that's the thing. He wants to go to his girlfriend and propose.
His girlfriend, who clearly wants to break up with him, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah.
Did anybody else catch that? Yorick, we need to talk. No, wait, let me finish.
No,
Will
wait.
you marry me?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god, no. No.
That's the thing. He's like, oh no, she's the one for me. Oh, but there's this girl who wants to make out with me, so I'll make out with her. And now I'm like super in love with her, and she dies, and I'm really distraught. And then the next day I move on because I still need to go see my girlfriend in Australia. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Ella? No, you're not welcome because you're gonna try to eat Cathy's pizza.
Not allowed.
Oh
Well,
boy.
That's not a good excuse, Kung Fu. Because that's fine. He's the last man. Oddest moral compass ever. Yes,
true.
but that doesn't excuse his odd moral compass. It's either, like, decide, I'm the last man, so I'm just gonna, like, stay true to my one love. Or I'm gonna just bone everyone that I see. Like, just fucking figure your shit out, man. Just pick. Just choose. Just choose.
It's true. Because nobody would have blamed him if he was like, I'm the last man. It's my responsibility to get as many women pregnant
There
as
you go.
possible. But instead he's like, no, I'm loyal.
I'm loyal except for right now. But tomorrow I'll be loyal. Like, come on.
Starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow, I will be loyal.
Yeah. Or you can faithfully bone the world, I guess. But, like, also,
And
this
what
is
a-
problematic.
what a
because
title to have.
He's a dude. He's one dude, so if he goes and gets a bunch of women pregnant, guess what? All their kids are going to have to
That's a lot of
go,
alimony.
which is a problem. Because then it's just inbreeding. This is not good.
Oh.
So what are they gonna do about that?
We can also talk
Science?
about, like, the last panel.
Yeah, we're done. We're gonna talk about the last panel, guys, which it contains huge spoilers. So if you care, cover your ears.
Remember that crazy Russian lady that they wouldn't let get on the train? Maybe they should have listened to her.
She was right.
I was like, they can't be, and I'm totally like that, even when they do it in movies, where they'll bring someone and they're like, oh, that guy's crazy, like, they don't know what they're talking about.
Most of the time, they're
But then
right.
it's like totally the, like, élément déclencheur. Well,
Yeah.
how do you say that in English? The
Is it the? No, it's
climax? No.
yeah.
I guess, whatever. It's like, oh, Should have listened to that crazy lady,
Yep.
but you didn't, and she knew
Surprise.
the spaceman.
There's
It's
a
the same. It's so funny because they did that in when they do that in movies. Like I'm so like, yeah, okay, this person is obviously gonna be like coming back in like the next fucking act of this film to like set shit off.
Well, that's the only chance the human race has.
Yeah,
Is if
but
people
it's
not
funny because
related to
I don't know
York.
I don't know if anyone watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I'm like a fucking huge fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and they do that so hilariously. They took a thing like that, so they're looking for convicts, and
Yeah.
this woman comes and she can't speak English properly, so she's trying to explain something to them, and they're just like, this bitch is crazy. Like, she's saying there's lizard people living in the sewer. But in the end, she's just telling them, like, there's a convict in the sewer, not lizard people. So. Some people in space. But my fear is the people come down from space and they just die.
They might. Like, we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Was this just a, if you're alive, that's it, you're dead? Or was it a...
Was it like a momentary thing, or is it a ongoing? Like, if a woman was pregnant, did her baby die?
This was another question. And at what
They didn't
point...
answer that, actually.
Well, that would have started a very confusing discussion about
Brooklyn Nine-Nine
when
is the bomb.
when are they officially considered a gender? Is it when their chromosomes develop?
Well, I mean,
At what point is the fetus?
I think it's when they develop their sexual organs, which is at a certain point in their development. But even then, like, some people are born with both and things like that.
So somebody must have been pregnant. Like, that's interesting.
And they
We
never
haven't even addressed
explained.
that. Also, is anyone still like working at NASA? NASA.
Well, there's women working. Well, I'm gonna put this here.
But I'm just wondering, like, do people know that there are still
Even
people
sperm
up there?
died. That's the thing. Did sperm die? Because they said that the Amazons blew up sperm banks.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like sperm died. Like, and even then, sperm is not like gendered. It's not.
Why'd this music just get all sexy?
I don't know. It got like this sexy saxophone music.
Talk about sperm and the sax comes on.
Yeah, all with Y died according to the book. Oh, and I didn't think about Y being the chromosome for men. Oh, I'm dumb. See, I told you I was dumb.
No.
I was like, woo!
Many layers.
That's right, Ella. You can't sit with us right now.
You can't sit with us. Is there anything else we want to talk about before I go and get more pizza? Do you want more pizza?
I'm okay, actually, for now. Book club after dark. Oh, God. They blew up sperm banks because otherwise it would be a plot hole. Good point. Good fucking point.
Yeah, you're goddamn right.
Agent? Agent what? Go get pizza. I'm not looking there, so then I'm just like... 355
sorry, did you
or
want more
what was...
pizza?
No, I'm okay, thank you. I'm just gonna drink my bubbly. It's still early for me. I'm never hungry like this early in the day.
I've been cleaning yoga and bike studios since 8:30 in the AM.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning.
Cleaning?
I'm doing a trade exchange program where I work there for like
Where?
4 hours at Element on Monkland.
Oh,
I work there for 4 hours a week and I get free classes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Recently started.
Oh, I like the top you're wearing. The back of it.
Thanks.
It's a nice shirt. Liz's
Thanks so
shirt is
much.
nice.
Thanks so much.
Okay, they blew the sperm agent. Okay, but Crosshair, I want to know like what you want to discuss about. Uh-oh. Everyone's hyped because I'm by myself. You know the usual thing that happens on everyone else's stream. Cathy gets left alone at some point and rambles. 355 is a Secret Service agent. And she's pretty cool. Just as a character, I think, in the doc. Yeah, her and the Doctor are, like, to me, the main characters, potentially. Because the Doctor knows something, because she obviously, like, tried to clone herself, and I guess didn't succeed, because it was a male. And then the agent is just, like, trying to do what's being asked of her and, like, abide by her orders. But then she's, like, falling in love with Yorick or something because she wakes up saying she wants to, like, be with him, and I'm just like, ugh. But that's the thing, to me, like, that's a good point. Agent 355 is redacted. I find the Doctor and 355 are the main characters.
Really?
They're accompanying hero, and they're more interesting than he is.
I mean, look, I love 355. Do I hope so?
Yorick is redacted. Everything's redacted. My opinion on this book is redacted. I feel like, I don't know if this is my hair.
It's not my hair.
Or Fred's hair.
Fred's hair isn't that long.
It used to be shaggy, and then you got it cut.
Alas, poor Yorick, he was everyone's last choice.
Oh. I don't know, I fucking like... My hair is never good if I don't make an effort. You're redacted! You're redacted!
Everybody gets a redacted.
Where's the cat? The cat's redacted.
John thinks that it didn't age as well as it could have. It's still a worthwhile read to the end, if only to think about what the book did right and wrong. Yeah, it honestly, because I have the whole series, I probably will continue reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am curious, and there are definitely a lot of characters that really grabbed my attention. Yeah, I mean, it's not the book's fault that it was written in 2002.
Artemis found it dragged and that it was too long. You know, that's the thing. So reading volume 1, I didn't get that feeling, but I could see that if it's the same thing where it's like, okay, we get it, he's the last, everyone wants to either like fuck him or kill him for how many 4 more volumes after the first, I can understand how that could be dragging. So interesting. I need to finish it because I had it, probably would have quit after volume 2. Damn.
I am definitely happy that we all discussed it. Talking to you guys about it made me like it more than I think.
Don't go look at spoilers, Kaiser. Just read the rest. If you want to read them online, tweet me and I will send you a link.
Scandal! Cathy, is it time?
It's time
To talk about the other books we've read. Yay! So,
over 10 pints in a bar and get into fights for sure. We all could. Okay,
so
it's time. Top 10.
Top 10. So I guess should we just start by giving our lists? Or should we go one at a time? Like, should we be like, what is your 10? Your number 10, which is like your least favorite or whatever.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then work
I
backwards
need
to
my
number
phone.
1. Alright guys, let's start with our least favorites then.
No, Ella. I don't
Count
want
it down together. So, everyone, you will please put in the chat, your least favorite book of the 10 that we have read. And in case you need a reminder of what that is, here we go. These are all the ones that we've read. And obviously, if you have not read all 10, you can just rank the ones that you have. My notepad says, shut the duck up. That has a duck on it. Oh yeah, I will say, just because a book was my least favorite does not mean that it was bad. I didn't actually hate any of the ones that we read. I'm gonna put that
what
out
are
there right
what
now.
are the 10 again?
I just listed them.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Are you ready?
I am.
All right. So, Crosshair. Crosshair's answer. Rank 10. Batman Year 1. It's basic and it's Batman.
Same as Crosshair.
Wow. Mine is Snot Girl. However, I will say, Elizabeth Neale, I didn't hate it. That's that's like a huge compliment if I see a show and I say I didn't hate it also. Snot Girl. I liked a lot of it, but I feel like I would be able to form more of an opinion if I had read more of the issues, more of the volumes.
Okay.
So from what I had read so far, it gave me the least sense of a complete story, and because of that, I ranked it at the end.
I understand, because when I was thinking about the story content of each one, I was like, it was the most like shallow type of content with like a twist on it.
Everybody, save your list.
Oh, Heejin!
Hey, Dom.
I saw Dom's play last night, and she was fucking fantastic in it. Just saying.
I saw it last week.
Everyone was great in the play.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to say, Dom is wonderful.
Number 9.
Wait.
Oh.
I only read 5. Wait, I'm trying to...
Well, in that case, Kaiser Omnic, save yours for when we list 5. Save it for when we're at the number 5.
John Tomia. Oh, yeah, Tomboy.
All right. We're going to get there. Number 9.
Number 9.
Old Man Logan.
My number 9 was V for Vendetta.
Oh.
Because I was like, it's alright. That was my thoughts of V for Vendetta. Like, it was cool. But it was okay. I had 2 pints and you have a hangover? Really? I also had 2 drinks last night and I was sober as fuck.
So I had 4 drinks at the wedding and I was like one of the soberest people there at the end of the night.
But that's always fun. Right?
I mean, it was okay.
The next day it's better.
I get really awkward when there's a whole bunch of
Drunk people
around.
All of my picks have considered hard, how easy it is to read and all that, but I won't. Yeah, we don't have to like discuss heavily each one.
Yeah, Old Man Logan for me,
How
just
did
because honestly, it's not. I don't remember that much from it.
Dark Elven, I didn't base it on the Roman numeral 5. I
Well,
based it
God
on
damn it.
in comparison to all the other graphic novels we read. I don't know. I was like, I think it has a very important. I don't want to say important. It's a very interesting storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think it's as interesting as other things we read? No.
Fair enough. All right. Crosshair's number 9 was Snot Girl.
Okay, that makes sense.
And okay, so that's it for number 9. Number 8,
Snot Girl.
V for Vendetta.
There you go. That's the thing. I love the art and the aesthetic of Snot Girl a lot more than I did V for Vendetta. So I guess maybe it shouldn't be above, but anyways, I liked it better. I did like the twist it had, despite the fact that the basis of the story was pretty shallowish. Crosshair's 8 is Sandman. That's okay. I ain't mad about that. It had excellent bits, but overall it got dropped down. That's the thing, because when you're comparing to like 9 other things that you read, it's hard to put things.
We had a pretty damn solid first 10.
That's the
to
thing,
read
and
as
you
well.
know, I fucking love Neil Gaiman. He's my all-time favorite author, and I think people are gonna be surprised at where this book is in my list.
You won't believe what happens next. Mine was okay. So I said V for Vendetta, and yeah, honestly, I liked a lot of it. Just like what you said, liked a lot, but there was also a lot that I could have done without. I thought that it was it was kind of overloaded at times and overwhelming, and as a result meant that less of it stuck in my head. And if it didn't stick in my head as much, then it ends up higher up on the list.
Okay.
Number 7. Number 7?
Sandman. I'm like, why am I counting? It's Sandman, number 7.
Why the Last Man?
There you go.
For reasons explained in the
Mine
previous
is
hour.
it's so much higher in my list. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
I don't think we're as similar as we like to think we
We
are.
must throw the one list into the fires of Mount Doom.
Must be cast.
I read Sandman in
back
college,
into the
so that's
fiery
lots of
chasm
feels.
from whence it came.
That's the thing, though. We're not talking about the Sandman
We're talking about Endless
main
Night.
Sandman storyline, which for me, if we had read that, would be probably be my number 1. We're talking about Sandman Endless Nights, which is kind of like a compendium to the Sandman thing because each chapter is about each one of the Endless, and it's kind of like teaching you about how they are, and then at the same time doing different aesthetics for each story and stuff. So I love it, but you know what though? Like, no, I still like that one better.
Crosshair's 7 is Tomboy, with the caveat that 6 and 7 are equal for Crosshair.
Okay.
Okay. Number 6,
Lo-
Tomboy.
Logan for me. For me, it was Old Man Logan.
Well,
Because it was the violence that I enjoy in a comic and a storyline that was good. But yeah, I guess for me, she totally wants to just like jump and eat some pizza.
me.
But I think I agree with Crosshair in saying 6 and 7 for me are like kind of equal. What is everyone else's number? 7
Or 6.
or 6?
Number 6.
Oh, are we moving on?
No, because we're about to move on to the people who had 5. So
Oh.
top 5ers, get ready. Oh yeah, and 6 is for Vendetta. Is V for Vendetta.
Too hard to read though.
But thought better.
That's how
of
they're-
this one.
sorry. So my 6 is Tomboy.
My 6 is Tomboy as well.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, I really like Tomboy a lot, and I want to read the other ones. And I thought the art was like really, really nice, and the story was very interesting. So it was definitely one of the ones where I'm like, I need to finish reading this series. Okay,
Number 5.
number 5.
Yo,
People with the top
fivers.
5 list.
Write your 5. I mean, write your number 5.
Let's pause for 5 seconds and grab a drink of our
Well, you
bubbly,
go first,
and you
my
can finish
friend.
chewing your food.
That's the last thing. My number 5.
Kaiser's number 5 is Why the Last Man. My number 5. Wait. Oh,
Uh-oh.
did I fuck up?
No, you fucked up.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, your
6,
5 is
7,
Tomboy.
8, 9, 10.
Your
Oh,
5
so
is
my
Tomboy.
5 is Tomboy.
Oh no, wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Tomboy. Wow, I fucked up. Did I skip one then? No, I just like got ahead of myself. My number 5 is Tomboy. Because I liked it. Tomboy.
You're
see,
welcome, Fly Maddie. Go and eat pizza and be merry.
Rank 5, Old Man Logan. It's in the middle because, well, it's Marvel stuff. Average?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I gave my 5 to Batman Year 1. Because
Interesting.
you guys said that it was like a boring Batman story. But for me, I had never read a Batman graphic novel
Okay.
before. So it was exactly what I needed to be like introduced to a Batman graphic novel.
Okay.
So
I think if you had read The Long Night or The Long Halloween or
I love The Long
Dark-
Halloween.
Okay.
The
But
Long
that's the thing.
Halloween would have been ranked above, but it wasn't one of our 10.
No, but that being said, you've read another Batman story, so comparing it to that one.
Absolutely.
But I guess like in the
But I'm
10
still
list-
remembering, like, it was also the first one, like, it was
Okay.
still the first one
Okay.
that I read. And it was a great little intro for me.
Kathy's number 6, 5, and 2 are all Tomboy. # spoilers, yes, because
All right.
I don't know how to count.
Woohoo! Next up.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Mine is Mad Love.
Mine is
Bitch!
Mad Love.
What the hell? We keep having the same ones. Mad Love, because Harley Quinn's story gets me every time.
It was great. It was great. I really
And-
enjoyed it.
Because it's kind of like the...
Crosshairs too. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Crosshair and I have like almost the same list. We should tweet our lists after.
Yeah, we'll tweet our lists
Tweet
after.
our lists and make sure you hashtag Punchy Book Club so we can like see all of them.
Yes. Let's get that hashtag going.
Okay, for
Tomboy.
Kaiser's Tomboy.
Nice.
Good choice. We're basically ranking. We've done 10 episodes of this book club, so we're just ranking the 10 graphic novels that we've read
In order
in
of
order
our
of
least
preference.
to most
least to most
favorite. Okay, so that was number 4. Artemis, did you want to throw
Dark
throw your
Elven.
number
She's
4
in
in
the
there?
she's in the crosshairs when it comes to listing. Excellent. Are we doing number 3?
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3.
We need like an echo thing. We need like a
can do
megaphone.
It myself.
My number 3 is Why the Last Man.
Mine is Sandman.
Sorry everyone.
Did they just switch spots? What was Sandman?
Salmon for me was 7.
Mine, Why the Last Man was 7. They
Oh
just
my
switched
God,
spots.
fucking-
That's hilarious.
Okay, see, Crosshair. Fuck. Crosshair.
I loved.
Countdown.
I've never read. No, I read Sandman, Volume 1.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm a huge fan of stories that are told using different aesthetics and different like perspectives. And so it read as more of like a series of vignettes and snapshots
Yeah.
than an overall. And I like those a lot.
Yeah.
When they're done well, and I thought this one was. So
And I think
thought
the
it was really cool.
best part of the most interesting thing for me in any storytelling is the backstory of characters and like how they came to be, and that graphic novel is literally just that. It's like backstories of each of the endless, so it's super interesting. And I'm saying this even though it's not ranked like super high on my list, but I think that's such like a driver for being
Yes.
interested in this book.
Also, the art like killed
Yeah.
me. It was so fucking stunning.
Well, you have fucking how many? There's like 8 different artists. So
number 2,
Saga.
Rat Queen.
Ours are inversed. Again.
I love Rat Queens. I love it.
I really liked Saga a lot. That I still have your fucking other 3
God
volumes
damn it!
that
I need to
have
get that
read.
back from you.
I haven't even read them yet. They're just like sitting on my shelf. Rat Queens is tough for me because while I really liked it, I feel really dirty after Upchurch. What did I read Upchurch?
No, it's the author. Or no,
Oh.
not the author. Yes, the author.
But Upchurch, I should pick the rest because they do switch artists, but ugh, I'm a baddie. I think I was influenced by the rest of the Sandman series. So that's the thing, Kaiser. I am a huge fan, and then I did not influence myself with that. I tried to, like, as hard as I could, especially because I love the Sandman series so much, to just focus on it as, like, a standalone thing. That's why I guess it wasn't high ranked for me.
The artist, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fucked.
Yep.
But seeing as how I did not know that before this whole thing.
And I do love it a lot. I did hear that some of the later volumes are not as good.
Okay.
They have the first 3 out right now.
Okay.
But yeah, the first one I really, really liked.
It was super good.
My number 1, which surprises no one.
It
Literally no one.
I knew it was gonna be your number 1.
Of course, because I cannot stop talking about it. Saga. I love Saga. It's kind of like my perfect graphic novel.
My number 1 is Rat Queens. But now that I know that the artist is horrible, I don't know how to feel about that. But this was ranked before I knew that information, so I'm gonna take it for what it is and probably never read another Rat Queens again.
Oh, Fly Maddie was surprised, so there. Someone was surprised by Saga being my number 1.
Interesting.
I love Saga.
Proving that Big Bang Theory is bad. I don't watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I love Saga. It's great. Fucking great. Damn.
It is great.
Ugh.
Will they make a TV show? Only time will
If they
tell.
do, they better not fuck it up.
You know they will.
They will.
Mind you, that Sandman TV show that's supposed to happen, which maybe isn't happening, I don't know. I'm pretty hype about. Because American Gods was a bit disappointing.
I did not think
I didn't
it was
even
that
finish.
bad.
I didn't finish it, but
No.
as someone who absolutely adored the book, I was a little like, meh.
I thought that the beginning was better than... I thought the beginning of the series was better than the end of the series.
agree.
And I really liked the thing with the taxi driver. I thought that was really well done.
I
didn't
thought
like that.
I thought it was cheesily done. Like the special effects were cheesily done.
Right.
It made it super cornball when it wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
Big Bang Theory had a character reading Saga in it, but it was heavily implied that the only reason he was reading it was because of the alien breast on the cover. So it's like geek reference, but lol, geeks are horny stupid. Oh god. Am I just like getting tanked right now on stream?
Pretty much. Glug, glug, glug.
I thought Saga was a Canadian rock band. No, we are not ranking rock bands. We are ranking books. Welcome to the
Saga.
book club stream. Would they be a metal band?
Saga?
Yeah.
No. Indie rock.
You think?
No. Alternative.
Alternative?
Yeah.
Okay. I love how for the trailer they just zoomed in on the breastfeeding as a fuck you. Oh man. I didn't even like the breastfeeding on the cover was I didn't even like
No.
I was just like, okay, it's so I guess maybe it's because we have boobs and we are not stupid.
Accurate.
I can't even my collar's too high, I'm like
Accurate. That was so delightful.
It really
what
was.
a great...
Good discussions, guys.
Yeah.
And look, we're all still friends. Big Bang Theory
You
is
have
number
lost
1,000.
200 followers.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god, shit.
Sorry, Liz.
And well done, Kaiser Omnic. We have some things to discuss. Like the next book.
Oh, yes.
The official start of season 2 of Punchy
Oh,
Book Club.
season 2! I didn't know we were calling it season 2.
Well, Crosshair said it,
I like that.
and I like it too.
So each season is 10 episodes.
We need to make like a video ad to promote book club.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm okay with it.
We'll
Let's
hire
call it
Julian.
Yeah.
We should do a photo series where we're just like reading all the books.
We'll get our professional pics taken of...
It's me wearing glasses and
I
reading my book.
refuse to wear
there.
glasses. I got LASIK surgery.
Fine. What if we pop the lenses out?
What? Oh, of the glasses. I
No,
thought
not
you meant
your
my
lenses,
eyeballs.
no.
I was like, bitch, I paid big money for
I
them.
paid top dollar for these
I
eyes.
really did, though.
All right, so
Some of us are still friends.
the first thing we need to do is
Oh, shit.
discuss when we're going. So here's the thing: this trade exchange program that I do lasts until 12:30. So do you think it would be possible to push book club to 1 o'clock?
Absolutely.
That would be great because then I won't have to leave early again. And
Abso-fudgin-lutely. Opening my calendar. Oh, my new phone.
it's a new car. Okay, so today's the 25th.
Yes.
So can you do? I can delete this. We probably shouldn't do Easter in case people are like
When's
away.
Easter?
April 1st. So we could either do in 4 weeks,
Like the 25th?
which is the 25th. Can you do the 25th?
Kung Fu, we're discussing that right now. When the
Yeah,
next...
don't worry. We're gonna tack about it.
Okay, so I'm putting it in for the 25th?
Yeah. So, Punchy Book Club, 1 p.m. on March 25th. Fly Maddie, super simple concept. We give you the name of a graphic novel or comic, Everybody reads it. They have about a month to read it. And then on the day of the next book club, we hop over to my channel right here and we discuss it. Somewhere between 1 and 2 hours. And that's the story. That's the story of that. We have good chats, pizza, sometimes drinkies.
Well, now especially drinkies, because it'll be 1 o'clock.
I'm going back to the spin studio, and they're going to teach me how to, like, set up a bike for new...
After this?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For new students. So I'm going to show up, and I'll be like, hey, what's up? And they're like, so this is how you set up the bike for exercise and well-being. I'm like, it's so great.
Oh, shit! That's my friend, Doneb. Hey.
Hey, Doneb.
Actually, you guys should go check out his Twitter, and he also is a streamer. He streams on Mixer, though. Which we should consider for book club. Just saying. Because the delay is 0. You don't want to switch. It's fine. But hi, man!
Oh, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to chat, skis.
So, shout out, go check out .neb on Twitter. He's a streamer. He's chill. Shall we?
The next
Are
one...
you gonna remove this thing?
No, it's stickers.
Ah.
Oh, God.
What are you gonna do with those stickers, Liz?
Put them up my butt.
Don't do that.
1, 2, 3.
You knew it was gonna happen, y'all. You knew it was gonna happen.
Yes. Yes.
So, Sailor Moon. The first book, which you can now find on Amazon. Dot. Well, because at one point these took forever to be released in English. They only started releasing them in English, I think, like 2 years ago, because they were in French first. But now they're like readily available. Any bookstore should have. Usually
I ordered the whole.
Yeah, you ordered the first half.
The first 6
because there's more
on the Indigo, and it was quite cheap.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do book 1 of Sailor Moon.
Dom wants to know if she can guest star on that episode. I think she absolutely can.
Absolutely. March 25th, girl. Better empty your calendar.
Kung Fu Fenris, please read the original in Danish.
Yes.
Please tell us all about it, because I can't wait.
See, John read it in French, because they were released in French first. Like, for some reason, France had, like, the first rights to publish, aside from in Japan.
I'm really excited for
Oh,
this.
Crosshair has never seen any Sailor Moon. You're in for an awakening, my friend.
And it needs...
What are you looking for?
the direction in which to read it. So it starts here, right?
No.
Are you sure? Because the contents are...
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Because this is the cover
Okay.
of the book, and this
Yeah.
is the back.
And the way that you read it...
It's back to front, but you'll...
But, like, when you turn a page with 2, do you start here or do you start here?
You start here. I'm pretty sure.
Cool. Sweet.
Right? Maybe not.
Yeah, Sailor Moon is still a thing. Sailor Moon was never not a thing. All right. And I think there are digital versions as well,
it's
right?
like this to this. There probably are digital versions. I don't have any, but I'm sure you can find it digitally.
Crosshair has been really good at finding digital
That's the thing,
versions.
yeah. Especially because it's black and white. If you do have a digital reader or an e-reader, like, this is the perfect thing to read on it because it's black and white and you're not going to be missing out on anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And just bear in mind, everybody, that you want to read it backwards, dare I say. It's just a different direction from what we're used to.
You'll know because this is obviously the back of the book, and this is the front, and the front is the back cover of the book, so you're reading in the opposite direction.
Dark Elven, I saw that skate. It was so cool.
Yes!
Oh, that's
Fred
fabulous.
told me about that skate,
it's
and
really
I actually I need to watch it because I heard about it, but I want to watch it.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, excellent taste.
Yeah, I mean, a big thing that we're trying to do with this book club is explore a wide variety of different novels, books, artists, authors.
Dark Elven, you can sure as hell post a link.
Absolutely. So obviously, you know, we're always going to read something that not everybody's going to like, or sometimes we read something that everybody likes, and then
Yeah.
our discussion is 15 minutes long.
Exactly.
But
For real, guys, like, don't forget to tweet us your top 10 lists using
Yes.
hashtag Punchy Book Club. And if you have suggestions for Punchy Book Club, like, DM me or Liz, and, like, we're happy to accept suggestions because we have a list, but we're always open to, like, other people's things that they like,
Absolutely.
so that would be cool.
yeah, Old Man Logan was actually at the recommendation of, I think it was Mr. Badmac.
Yeah.
Recommended that one, and Snot Girl was one that was recommended to us.
I think, didn't I recommend it?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't know what Shin-chan is, but we gonna look it up.
Hey, the Coolian, just in
What
time
up,
for our
Coolian?
sign off.
Drinking the bubblies, because it's our... This can be your... We didn't do a... Oh, we did do... Did we do a thumbnail?
Yeah, you
We
were
should
moving,
do-
but I think we'll be fine.
We should do a... Like, it's a celebration. Let me move more over here so you can come into the frame.
So great.
We're so good. We're so cool.
Um,
Will John get dressed in time for Changeling?
yes,
Find out.
Some
My God, John.
housekeeping.
Why does it
Some
take you 4.5
housekeeping.
hours?
Yeah, Changeling is at 6 on John's Twitch channel. Tomorrow, I do believe that Scotimus is streaming on his channel. Scotimus Humphreus. Tuesday, we have Julian's stream, I guess. Yeah, I think so.
Julian, are you streaming? Please respond.
He might be streaming earlier than usual because we have a mixer.
Oh, should I go?
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm not going the whole time, though.
What do you mean?
I'm only going for like an hour at the beginning, then I have to leave.
Why?
Because the workplace harassment and assertiveness training
Oh,
workshop.
it's the same night?
No, the drama therapists are doing we're doing a dry run with them.
Okay.
No, you're all captivated. And then Wednesday, I don't know. Anyway, things are happening, and I'm pretty sure Fred is free on Friday. So
He told me he was gonna be streaming with you on Friday.
More
I have
sleeping dogs.
I have a shoot.
No.
But I'm excited because I haven't worked. I'm working with my sister again for the first time in like 2 years, and my sister and I have not worked on a film set together since LARPs season 2. So I'm pretty hype about that.
Memories.
I don't know the song.
Well,
I'm
I'm
sure
off
about
to
Tuesday, but I'm online after Changeling tonight with Catbrains, so check out twitch.tv/catbrains to see Julian. I think there might be playing Monkey Island again.
Well, maybe Changeling will never end, just to make your life difficult. We'll just keep role-playing until 4 a.m.
Jesus
Crosshair's like, that's a good time for me, actually. Can you? Everybody have a schman-tizzle rest of your day.
Schmantizzle rest of your day, and
I'm about to drag my tipsy butt back to
I
the
guess
spin
I'll leave this
studio.
with you.
Oh, Jesus.
Time to get drunk during Changeling, girl.
Great. Yeah, because that never happens.
The new thumbnail is just me looking at you like, really? Really, queen?
Alright, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
joining
tuning in.
Thanks for joining us on 10 episodes. Boss moderators, you guys are the best. Hey.